50 years, of age is significant for anything, including councils. So it's a big event for us. Now, when I think about having been born and bred here in Whyalla, and over the last 50 years, there's probably a lot of events that are in our minds that we might not have recognised at the time. Council was behind. Whether or not it was our foreshore or our parks and playgrounds, or some of the events that have been held, with pageants and shows and other things that council has been involved in. So many of our childhood memories, over the last 50 years are probably all related back to a lot of different council events. So that's pretty significant. And I know for a lot of the staff that are here at the moment, we're conscious about making new memories for the kids today, and also for the community that we have. Council is often reflective of the community. As the community's gone through good times and bad times and some tough times, we're a pretty resilient community, and council is very, very reflective of that as well. So we've been on the journey with everyone who's out there in Whyalla, and we're proud to still be here 50 years later. And I know the energy's still there to have another good 50 years coming up. Councils are more than rates, rubbish and roads. Those are the things that we need to do. But it's all the value add stuff that councils do that we're proud of. With playgrounds and jetties and sporting developments and ovals and the events that the council can bring. So it's a great time to be here in Whyalla. Where's Whyalla going to be in 50 years? It's a difficult one to predict. If you'd asked us 50 years ago where would we be, I don't know that we would have described where we are today, but I guess we're a pretty practical sort of town and a practical council, and we're looking for a bright future for our city and our people. And I guess the topical things at the moment are about supporting GFG and getting them up off the ground, and diversifying the economy in terms of being able to sustain ourselves here. We've got the new $100 million school opening up. What's that going to look like in 50 years? We've just had the jetty that's opened up. That's got an 80-year useful life, so that'll still be going strong in 50 years. Hover cars, electric cars, all of these sorts of things we laugh about now, but potentially they're going to be the norm in 50 years whenever we revisit ourselves in the hundreds. I guess growing up in Whyalla, one of the favourite spots I have is there's a section of bushland out near Cloden Street and Hewitt Terrace. I've got memories of growing up out there and riding my bike through the bush. The bush is still there, and I'm on a mountain bike now and I'm sticking to the bitumen rather than the mud. But I have memories of there, and also where Legends Estate is built at the moment. I know me and my mates used to catch up there on the BMXs, and it's now a housing estate. So Whyalla's changing all the time, and it's encouraging, and it's also sad at times, I guess, about some of the changes that have been happening. As a kid, I just thought, why are we building houses here? But now I'm sitting here thinking that's a sign of progression of the town, and that's what happens, and that's why council needs to be looking at things like planning our open spaces and just making sure that we've still got these facilities for kids that are still growing up. Wild Dog Hill is another favourite one. I love getting out there. I remember having some shows out there. Again as a kid, where I think there were teachers' shows back in the day in the 80s. So they were always good. And even when I need to clear the head, sometimes Wild Dog Hill is a place to go and have a walk. The wetlands is probably something that has been developed over the last 10 or 15 years. I remember when there used to be a figure 8 BMX track there, on a salt pan. It was death to get in there and out, but it was where we went. Now it's been replaced by a bitumen track and some walking trails, and it's really coming along. It's very popular. And I guess the foreshore, probably for a lot of people. I still remember some of the swimming jetties or the diving jetties that were down at the beach, and the old jetty obviously, and even the old iron ore jetties and the old boat ramps. All those things are I say still fresh in the memory, and it's over time. All of these things have been developed, and council's looking to develop new attractions for Whyalla and for the community.